The return of Mayank Yadav was something that a lot of Indian cricket fans were looking forward to, but it turned sour real quick after he had to hobble off the field with what was later confirmed to be pretty much the same injury that had hampered his IPL 2024 during the match against the Mumbai Indians. Now, it is unfortunate that someone who can bowl with the kind of accuracy and speed that Mayank possesses will once again potentially be facing a little bit of time on the sidelines, but there is a let's say legitimate question to be asked as to whether or not this is all down to LSG rushing him back. Whilst they didn't admit it directly, there was some interesting lines said by Rahul after the match, which does seem to make it clear that perhaps the franchise needed to have been a bit more careful when it came to rushing back their new star pacer. Why do I say so? Well, first up, let's listen into what exactly, Rahul said. He said that, listen, Mayank was out of the last game, not because of the same injury that he'd been dealing with prior, but because of a slight pain on his side. Not exactly a side strain, but just a little bit of pain. After the first ball of his fourth over, he said he's hurting a bit. So I did not risk him for the next 5 balls. Now, that is fair, but for one, it reveals something rather new, because previously everyone thought that Mayank was simply out due to the initial injury prognosis that had been shared a while ago. However, what Rahul revealed is that it was something new rather that came up during his recovery process, but he still managed to pass all of the fitness tests. At least that is what head coach Justin Langer said, whilst also confirming something else which was even more disturbing, is that the injury that is cropped up now is exactly the same injury that had laid him low for a while. Langer said after the match that it looks like he's sore in the same spot. His rehab has been perfect. He bowled pain-free in the last week and looked in great condition, but we'll have a scan and find out. Now, again, if you need to be going the route of a scan, it in itself tells you that it's not necessarily the best of signs and that there is a definite worry that perhaps this could be another injury news which wouldn't be the best one for both LSG and of course Mayank Yadav. But why is it I said earlier that perhaps LSG themselves face just a little bit of culpability in this regard is what Rahul said later on, and this really bears just a little bit of analysis. He said that I've been pushing the physios and the medical team to get him ready as quickly as possible. Even if he was about 95% fit, I pushed them to give him the confidence to play. Now, look at that. For one, it's no surprise that someone admits, someone says very clearly that, look, we were trying to ensure that this injured player, who's very, very key to all of our hopes right now, well, we ensured that we got him back onto the field as quickly as possible. That's fine. But when you're doing that, due diligence needs to be followed, due processes need to be followed, because otherwise what can happen is the injury getting worse and him being laid low once again. That's never a good thing. But it's that second line which really just raises a bit of a red flag. Even if he was about 95% fit, I pushed them to give him the confidence to play. My goodness, Rahul, what were you doing? Why is it that you have not only actually done this, but even admitted that, listen, I was telling the physios and the medical team, even if it's about 95% fit, no problem, give him the confidence, we need to get him back. That is not a good thing at all. And in fact, a lot of people have now spoken out and speculated over the reasons why it is that, let's say, this happened, but also to slam the LSG management. One of those people who has done so is former India cricketer Mohammad Kaif, who took to the social media platform X and posted a little bit of a rant against LSG for rushing him back so quickly. You can check that out right here.
देखिए, मेरी गुजारिश है, धरोहर हैं मयंक यादव, अगर वो फुली फिट नहीं है उनको फोर्स मत करो. मुझे लगा कि उनको फोर्स किया गया, बॉलिंग करके बीच में फिर बाहर चले गए, कई बार वो काम हो चुका है. मेरी हाथ जोड़ के दरख्वास्त है कि ये ऐसे तेज़ गेंदबाज है कि अगर चोट लगी तो वो ऐसा हो सकता है कि वो करियर थ्रेटनिंग इंजरी बन सकती है कि आप उनको पुश कर रहे हो और फुली फिट हो नहीं पा रहे. मैं समझ सकता हूँ, दबाव वाला टूर्नामेंट है, आप चाहते हो कि आपकी टीम खेले, जीते, 2 अंक है, IPL है, बिगेस्ट टूर्नामेंट इन द वर्ल्ड, पर किसी के ज़िंदगी से मत खेलो. करियर थ्रेटनिंग इंजरी बन सकती है. बार बार उनको पुश कर रहे हो, फुली फिट नहीं थे, गलत काम हुआ. जो भी हुआ, लखनऊ ने मयंक यादव को दोबारा से खिलाया. वो इंजर्ड हैं, उनको प्रॉपर टाइम दो कि रिकवर करके आएँ. ये मेरी हाथ जोड़ के गुजारिश है लखनऊ की टीम से, प्लीज़.
But he wasn't the only one who, let's say, criticized LSG's management for rushing him back, because another one who did just that was Brett Lee. Brett Lee said that, listen, a side strain or whatever it is that LSG are calling it, it takes at least 4 to 6 weeks to even come right. for somebody who's pushing the limits of his body by bowling 150 clicks per hour, that's not good management. Now, Brett Lee's words on this, of course, will carry a little bit of extra weight because, again, Lee too was someone who did have, let's say, a fair few injuries through his career, and like Mayank Yadav, consistently looked to bowl at the 150 kmph plus mark. So, as he's saying, it's not good management that you pretty much rushed him back because, in his own words, any problem in the side, well, it should take about 4 to 6 weeks proper to heal, given whatever the situations may be, whatever it is the scans might tell you. So it's not a good situation, let's say, for LSG to find themselves in, that their star pace bowler, who actually impressed a lot given he's so young, doesn't have much experience of domestic or first class cricket, comes in, does very well in the IPL, but now has had 2 injury setbacks, one of which of course you cannot help because, well, fast bowlers are a little bit injury prone. That's just the hazards of their job. But it is unfortunate that the second time around it has come due to the team management, the doctors, the physios supposedly rushing him back. That's not a good thing because, as Carefrightly put it, that can affect one's career. What are your thoughts on this entire matter? Do you think LSG should have done better? What is it that needs to be done, let's say, to ensure that teams aren't rushing players back into their games when they're not fully fit? You can let us know that in the comments below, and don't forget to like this video, share it with your friends, subscribe to the channel, tap that bell icon, follow us also on social media. We're on Instagram, Twitter and Facebook. Don't forget to download the SportsTak app, and if you're already on the channel, go ahead, check out some other videos we've done today. For now, from my side, it's goodbye.